நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது உங்கள் RSKV யூடியூப் சேனல்.
Income Tax Officers Exam 2013 Paper 3 Allied Laws. The expenses for the service of summons to the defendant have to be borne under Order 5 Rule 9 of 3 of the Civil Procedure Code 1908 by the plaintiff. Which one of the following is not required to be done by a PIO under the RTA Act? All of the above. A. Admit that a particular decision to award contract was incorrect. B. Give his opinion on the information sought. C. Furnish replies to hypothetical questions. All of the above. Answer. Then fees paid to the Register of Companies for increasing the authorized capital of the company is capital expenditure. Transfer of actionable claim comes under which section? Section 130. As per the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, in a family governed by a Mitakshara law, the daughter becomes A. co-partner by birth in the same manner as son. B. Will have the same right in the property as that of a son. Both A and B are correct. Which of the following gives the correct definition of partnership? It is a relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. A company may not alter the provisions of memorandum relating to change of the place of its registered office from one state to another unless it is confirmed by central government. Within the meaning of Section 51 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882, the transferee has lien on land for the value of improvements. Power to investigate offences under the IT Act 2000 lies with an officer not below the rank of Deputy SP. Subject to conditions, request for information under RTA Act may be rejected where it involves infringement of copyright subsisting in person other than state. A wife can claim share on partition taking place between her husband and sons. A family has father, mother, son, and daughter-in-law. How many income tax assessees can be there? All 4 individuals can be assessed separately, and there can be one bigger HUF with father as Karta and one smaller HUF with son as Karta. As per the Hindu Succession Act, the following person is not an heir. A. A convert. C. Children born to a convert after conversion. A and C both are correct. Which is the key test of existence of partnership? Profit sharing. In the case of listed public companies, the power to inspect books of account and other papers in respect of issue and transfer of securities, non-payment of dividend is vested in SEBI, where a request for information under the RTA Act is for both exempted and non-exempted information, then non-exempted information may be provided. Whenever a company having share capital makes any allotment of its shares, the company shall within dash file a return of the allotment with the registrar within 30 days. Every partner has a right to take part in the business, true, subject to contract between partners. Receipt of electronic record occurs when it enters a computer resource outside the control of the originator. An agreement is restraint of trade in a partnership under Section 11 of the Partnership Act 1932 is valid. Security procedure for IT Act 2000 is with regard to commercial circumstances prevailing. Who is a competent authority to register memorandum and article of association of a company? registrar of the state in which the registered office of the company is situated. A murderer is disqualified as an heir on conviction. Who is not statutorily required to sign the profit and loss account balance sheet of a company, shareholder of the company. A digital signature shall be deemed to be a secure digital signature on the fulfillment of which of the following conditions: A. It is unique to the subscriber affixing it. B. It is capable of identifying such subscriber. C. It is created in a manner or using a means under the exclusive control of the subscriber and is linked to the electronic record to which it relates in such a manner that if the electronic record is altered, the digital signature would be invalidated. All of the above are correct. Under the RTA Act 2005, within what time should information be provided in case of matters involving life and liberty? Within 48 hours. Hacking means when a person destroys or deletes or alters any information residing in a computer resource or diminishes its value or utility. A and B agree not to outbid each other while submitting tenders and to share the benefits when the tender of one of them is accepted. This contract is void. The buyback of shares under Section 77A of 1 of the Companies Act may be A. From the existing security holders on proportionate basis. B. From open market. C. Both A and B. D. None of the above. Answer D. None of the above. Under the RTA Act, in case not involving life and liberty, information should normally be provided within what time period from receipt of application? Within 30 days. Which of the following is not covered by general duties of the partners? To arrange for the audit of accounts of the firm. The authority of the partner to bind the firm by his acts done in the normal course of business is called his implied authority. Such authority does not include withdraw a suit or proceeding filed on the firm's behalf. A contract may be discharged by the performance of the contract, by the impossibility of performance or frustration, by the breach of contract. All of the above. Answer all of the above. Section 53A of Transfer of Property Act 1882 deals with part performance. A co-partner ran away from the family. After several years, his descendants claim right in the property. In these circumstances, the descendants can claim right in the property provided it is not barred by law of limitation. For the purpose of income tax, a partnership firm can be assessed as an entity distinct and separate from its partners. Under the Civil Procedure Code 1908, the livestock or agricultural implements which are attached but cannot be conveniently removed will be left in the custody of any respectable person. Which of the following statement is correct? A. Any person can be summoned to produce a document. B. A person summoned to produce a document need not produce it personally. C. Any person present in the court can be required to produce any document in his possession. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Under Order 47, Rule 1 of the Civil Procedure Code 1908, a judgment can be reviewed on the ground of A. Mistake of fact or error apparent on the face of the record. B. Discovery of new and important evidence not within the knowledge of the proper party concerned. Answer both A and B are correct. In case of leave, the price paid or promised is called premium. A person tampering with computer source documents may be punished with imprisonment up to 3 years or with fine which may extend up to rupees 2 lakhs or with both. Under Section 8 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882, the legal incidents also include only movable parts of the machinery attached to earth. In terms of Rule 1 of Order 5 of the Civil Procedure Code 1908, no summons shall be issued when a defendant has appeared at the presentation of plaint and admitted the plaintiff's claim. According to Section 5 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882, living person includes company or association or body of individuals. When consent to an agreement is caused by undue influence, then such contract is voidable at the option of the party whose consent was so obtained. Right to manage the affairs of a firm vests with every partner. Under Order 47 Rule 1 of the Civil Procedure Code 1908, any aggrieved person may apply for a review of judgment passed by a court to the court which passed the decree or made the order. A offers to sell his car to B for rupees 4 lakh. B offers to purchase it for rupees 3 lakh. Reply of B is counter offer. It has been held that information under the RTA Act does not normally include the right to obtain personal information on public servants without public interest. Information under IT Act 2000 is defined as A. Sound, voice, codes, computer programs. B. Data, text, images. C. Software and databases or microfilm or computer-generated microfiche. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Water, sweat, equity shares. Issued to employees or directors at a discount or for a consideration other than cash for providing know-how and value additions, etc. Under 47 Rule 6 or 1 of the Civil Procedure Code 1908, where the application for a review is heard by more than one judge and the court is equally divided, the application shall be rejected. Mortgage by conditional sale is A. When on default of payment of the mortgage money on a certain date, the sale shall become absolute. B. When on such payment being made on sale shall become void. C. When on such payment being made, the buyer shall transfer the property to the seller. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. A public company with paid up capital of dash must constitute an audit committee, rupees 5 crore or more. Which section of the Companies Act empowers the central government to appoint inspector to investigate the affairs of the company? Section 235. Which of the following is not an essential requirement of a valid contract as per the Indian Contract Act 1872? Both parties should be Indian citizens. How can immovable property be made security for the payment of money to another? A. By act of parties. B. By operation of law. Both A and B are correct. The term transfer and the Transfer of Property Act 1882 refers to A. Part or whole transfer. B. Absolute or conditional transfer. A and B both are correct. Total managerial remuneration payable by a public company to its directors in respect of any financial year shall not exceed what percentage of net profit of the company for that financial year? 11% of net profit. Under DICE Civil Procedure Code 1908, the maximum fine imposable on a witness who fails to appear before court is rupees 500. In case of breach of contract, the party who suffers by such breach is entitled to compensation which naturally and reasonably arises in usual course. Which is not a type of mortgage? Mortgage by absolute sale. Under the Civil Procedure Code 1908, service of summons on a defendant who is a civil public officer or a servant of railway company or local authority is to be done on the defendant through the head office in which he is employed. If the PIO under the RTA Act intends to disclose confidential information relating to a third party, then a written notice is to be issued to such third party within 5 days from the receipt of application. A partnership firm can be formed with a minimum share capital of not fixed, amount not fixed. The expression signed under Chapter 3 of IT Act 2000 means affixing handwritten signature or any mark on any document. A partner has executed an agreement for sale of the immovable property of the firm without knowledge of other partners. On what ground the firm can disown liability to third party, being outside implied authority of a partner. Where the information sought under the RTA Act is scattered with multiple public authorities, then a viable option be to inform the applicant for making separate application to authorities concerned. A promises to pay rupees 2 lakh to B if B's house is destroyed by earthquake. This is a contingent contract. A advertises in newspaper that whosoever finds and brings his lost pet dog shall be paid a reward of rupees 5,000. This is a general offer. Section 44 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 deals with transfer by one co-owner. If any auditor's report is made or any document of the company is signed or authenticated otherwise than in conformity with the requirement of Section 227 to 229 of the Companies Act, the auditor and any other relevant person is required to pay penalty of rupees 10,000. On partition, the co-partner takes his share of property as A. Joint family property, vice versa, his wife and children. B. As separate property, vice versa, other co-partners. Both A and B are correct. Under Section 30 of the Partnership Act 1932, a minor can be admitted to the benefits of the partnership with the consent of all partners. Retention of electronic record implies saving in formats which can be demonstrated to represent accurately the information originally generated, sent or received. Where the information sought is held by another public authority, then the application should be transferred to the public authority concerned. Which one of the following is not correct? Shares are not transferable. A partnership at will is created when A. The duration of the partnership is not fixed. B. There is no provision as to when and how the partnership will come to an end. Both A and B are correct. Which of the following statement is correct? A contingent contract is dependent on a future event for its performance. In case of tangible immovable property of value less than 100 rupees, transfer can be made either by registered instrument or by delivery of property. A lease of immovable property from year to year or for any return exceeding 1 year can be made only by a registered instrument. Under Rule 1, Order 16 of the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, the court shall appoint a date for presentation of list of witnesses by the parties, which shall not be later than dash after the date on which the issues are settled. 15 days. 1-5. Which one of the following will make an agreement void? Mistake of fact by both the parties. A gift made with intention to defraud the creditor is voidable at the option of creditors. Can an unmarried woman adopt a child? Yes, she can if she is a major. A company may not purchase its own shares out of the proceeds of an earlier issue of the same kind of shares. Where a request for information under the RTA Act has been rejected, The following must be communicated: A. Reason for such rejection. B. Particulars of first appellate authority. C. Period within which appeal may be preferred. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Who is statutorily required to call the annual general meeting of the company? Directors of the company. Which of the following statement is correct? A. In case of tenders, the contract becomes complete when a tender is accepted. B. A notice inviting tender does not create any legal obligation. C. A person inviting tenders may not accept any tender. D. All of the above. Answer D. All of the above. Where a request for information under the RTI Act is made without specifying any reason for such request, then the public authority should process the request. The liability of a partner is unlimited. All income tax returns are required to be signed, but e-filing of returns with digital signature is allowed because Chapter 4 of IT Act 2000 provides a legal recognition. A promises to obtain for B an employment in the public service and B promises to pay rupees 5 lakh to A for the same. The agreement is void. The gift to an unborn person is valid. Under the RTA Act, inspection of records of a public authority that would take 3 hours is allowed after payment of fee. Where a summon has been issued by court to a defendant to file a written statement, the initial time allowed to file the same under the Civil Procedure Code 1908 is 30 days from the date of service of summons. 30 days from the date of service of summons. A promises B to drop a prosecution which he has initiated against B for robbery, and B promises to return the goods taken by him to A. The agreement is void. The property given by her parents of Hindu woman dying intestate, having no issue, shall devolve upon the heirs of father. The right to information under the RTA Act does not include the right to receive analysis of data as desired by applicant. What is normally covered or is exempted under RTA Act? Information that would impede investigation against an offender.